Greetings, geeks, and welcome to another Wizards Hall video. I'm Adam.
And I'm Mike.
And yes, we've been hitting the shops. Mike's been hitting some shows even. So this is going to be fun as we share what we found, what we're adding to our collections this week. I got to tell you this, Mike, just to start out. So I did go to a comic book shop, but I also went to a thrift store.
Oh,
And
nice. Okay.
I so rarely ever find comic books or anything cool like that that I really want at a thrift store. They're just not out here for some reason. People aren't throwing away their comics, giving them away. But I do find some kind of cool comics related items like a
Ooh.
Spider-Man puzzle. Look at
Who's the
this.
artist on that?
I don't know.
That
I mean,
is.
it looks like it could be, like a John Romita Sr. had his hand in it, like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
this is the official Spidey, but I don't know. But it's interesting. So it says it's 1983,
Oh,
1988 is the
is the
copyright. No,
year.
no, actually,
Okay.
I think this one's at 81. Yeah, 81 and 88. So I think it was like a reprint later on, like we're
It
gonna
just
start
sold. It sold so well. We need to print it again.
again.
It's not the best picture either. It's like
It's weird, right?
not representative of Spider-Man.
You know how he's always gliding around on his parachute. But then in that vein, there was also obviously from the same kid.
Yes.
Look at this.
That
Massive
kid
subscribers,
had good
painted art,
taste.
probably Earl Norem. I don't see a signature on here anywhere, but this one does say 1981. I already put this one together. It's, all the pieces are there. So it's just the blonde Tila is the one that throws me the most. I'm just like,
That's
okay.
great. I love seeing like Manny faces there, It's just cool when they get the side characters in.
There's another book. This is kind of cool. Brian Cronin over at Comic Book Resources. I don't know if
Oh,
you've ever read his comic or his like comic book Secrets Revealed or whatever his column is,
yeah, I love that column. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just a book that he put together with a bunch of like articles and things like that he wrote, I guess. But just for you, he does actually get people like Frank Miller and Jimmy Palmiotti and all these other comic book professionals involved. And this is by Jeff Johns, 9
Ah,
iconic Green Lantern covers. And so he just asks him to share the ones he thinks are the most iconic or whatever. I don't think one of oh no, there is one from his run, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Right
let's
there.
see.
So
Yeah, that's from his run.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just kind of interesting stuff there. So that was neat. Um I I have like most of the Image Founders first issues, the launch titles.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because it's so ubiquitous, I never picked it up. So I finally grabbed a copy of Wildcats #1. I was just
This is your first time getting it?
I was just like, I've always passed it over because I'm like, who cares? You see it all the time, but let's have
Yeah.
it in the collection at least.
I always try to grab it if I see the newsstand version. I think I
Oh,
have one newsstand copy of it.
interesting. So it'll have that barcode on it, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This one you'll get a kick out of. I have several issues. I don't have all of them, but now I have Toxic Avenger issue 7. So
Nice.
fun to grab that
Those
one.
are those are pretty pricey, I've noticed. Like
Yeah.
getting
Well,
yeah.
because
I
the
have
movie's coming out, right? The remake.
yeah. Yeah. I'm fortunate. I grabbed those in the late 90s, and of all my comics stolen, the I think it was like two or three boxes that weren't stolen. My Toxic Avengers were not. So I'm
Oxy and the crew
yeah.
safe and sound. This is one I don't have I have a full run of
Whoa.
almost every 2099 title, but these are harder to find. And this was like one of the ones I was missing. So it's just cool to find a Ghost Rider 2099 in there. Um,
Great
also,
cover. That
yeah,
cover is wild. I've never seen that before.
yeah, I don't even know who the artist is here. It says Ashley and Wood, but I don't know who those artists.
Ashley Wood. It's Ashley Wood.
Oh, it's one person. It's not a combo. I thought it was the
Yeah.
penciler and the inker. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from like Spawn, there was some Spawn
Oh,
work they did. Yeah.
interesting. Okay. Another series that's a licensed comic, but I think it's so wacky what they did with the series is the ongoing RoboCop.
Oh yeah.
So whenever I see these, I grab them because I have a handful, but now I'm getting closer to completing the collection. So Just
I
kind
had
of,
so many of those as a kid. Never read any of them. Whoa, I haven't seen that one. Who's
yeah,
that
isn't
guy?
that weird? This is a super late one because this
Oh
is
wow.
issue 22. I have the final
It
issue.
went that far? What issue's the final one?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up, but I think it is only like 25 or something, 24, 25. It doesn't go like super, super long, but it got a couple years.
Okay.
And they get wackier as they go. So uh, speaking of wacky, these were the things I was most excited to find. It was a $2 bid, and I was like, that's fine with me. Married with Children, the Quantum Quartet. I did not know
I
that they did a superhero series where the Bundys got powers. But it says there were 4 issues total. These are,
yeah.
one and two of four. I would love to know, did all four get published?
I'm pretty sure. I think I have all four. I was gifted them. Maybe I will gift you, Adam, the two you're missing. Let me see if I can find them. My storage area is an absolute disaster, but I will try.
Oh, that would be awesome. I gotta say, Now Comics had some great art, even on a silly book like Married with
Yeah,
Children. It looked great. Like
totally. Yeah,
decent writing too, actually.
yeah.
All right, Mike, what do you got?
Okay, so I was at the Niagara Falls ComicCon this weekend. I'll talk about my experiences after I show you what I got from there. So I didn't have a lot of time to shop because I was selling Armored, Adam. I was selling issues 1 and 2, even though 2 isn't out yet. I was letting people grab copies of it for whoever wanted it. Almost everyone grabbed 1 and 2,
Wow.
or a few people had bought it at their shop, which I was shocked by, and grabbed issue 2 for me. So that was exciting to see. So I did go by one booth. They had dollar comics, so I couldn't resist. So I grabbed. I'd never heard of this before, but it's Zombies Christmas Carol from Marvel.
Wow.
I have never heard of this. It looks super weird. It's my cup of tea. I love Christmas comics and I love horror, so I'm missing issue 1 though. They didn't have issue 1 in the
Well,
dollar bin.
now I have a question. Is that
Yeah,
existing Marvel character like from the 70s horror comics? Did they have just a zombie character named Zombie? Or is this just in general the concept of zombies? Christmas.
this is a Christmas Carol just with zombies, I think. I
Okay.
don't I have to read it, but I'm missing issue 1. So anyways, I got another Christmas comic I don't think I have. It's a Sergeant Rock. It says a Christmas combat classic. So
Got Mary
I
on
have
the
to pick it
donkey
up.
back there, huh?
Yep, yep. Now this is one I've been looking for forever. The pawn shop had a full run almost of Ghost Rider Volume 2, but they were missing the final issue, and I finally got it.
That's cool.
Yeah, that one's awesome. Here's another one I've been looking for forever. Saw it in the dollar bin. What the number one newsstand copy. This I already had, but I can't resist a sealed copy. Valiant Vision.
Ooh. That's the
You,
only like 3D gimmick that really worked. Like, the effect on those
it's cool.
glasses
Yeah.
really is something.
So I just had to have a sealed copy. I don't know if I have this. I didn't have time to check, but it's What If Volume 2, Issue 1. And then because we were reading The Authority, I saw these for $1, so I grabbed them. I don't know what volumes these are, but I was like, yeah, might as well try it out. Then I met I think he's just based outside of Toronto. He's an artist named Mike Ruth. He's done tons of covers of stuff, but he did this exclusive store exclusive cover of Rook Exodus. So I actually traded Armored for this. So yeah, we're actually going to be at a comic bash, an outdoor comic con thing next weekend together in Mississauga, Ontario. So anyone watching from the Toronto, Mississauga area, me and Mike will have booths there next weekend or this
So
coming
many
week.
Ghost
Yeah.
Machine connections in Toronto.
I know, it's pretty cool, eh? It's pretty cool. But this is my favorite find, Adam. It has taken me a long time to replace my stolen copy because it was a pretty expensive book because of the TV show being out. But I finally found a copy. I basically traded a copy of Armored for it. So I was like really, really happy. I got Stars and Stripe issue 0, the first appearance. So I finally have the full set. I may be missing one random issue that I'm sure I can find it
Now I
easily,
have to
but
ask, we were
yeah,
literally just talking about it on
we
episode
were.
93. Is that why it was top of your mind?
No, it was just I didn't have a lot of time to shop. I saw a guy with $10 comics, and my issue one of Armored is $10 at cons, and he was interested in it, and I was like, "You want to trade?"
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
great. Well, yeah, I'm glad you found something again. You're completing collections. You get your Ghost Rider covered,
yeah.
Stars and Stripe done. So that's great.
I have to be fast because this was before the show opened. It was like, and then at the end of the show, he still had it. So then I went up and was like, "Let's do this."
That is fantastic.
That's it. That was my small haul, not too big. But my goal, this was my very first time at a convention selling my own work. So I was actually selling copies of Zombie Town, which flew. I almost sold out. I have 3 copies left. Um, I'm shocked at how many. I think because Chevy Chase was there, maybe
Oh.
people were interested. There was a lot of people that came up to my booth who were just asking questions, and I'd tell them I wrote Gnome Alone, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, my kid watches that," or the kids would be there, and they're now like 15, and so they watched it when they were 10. So there was a lot of Gnome Alone fans. I'm only beginning to realize how far that movie has reached people, like how many people have seen it, or at least it's popped up on their screen. It's pretty amazing the reach Netflix has.
You're gonna be like all those guys who worked on the 80s cartoon shows, and they're like, this was throwaway. I was just getting a paycheck. And then people would be like, this meant so much to me. I got a tattoo.
I don't know. I don't know about that because I think the kids that really watch it are like 5. They're 5 years old now.
Now, I'm saying in 20 years, they're
Yeah,
gonna be coming to find
maybe.
you at
Yeah,
shows.
I don't know. I feel like it. I feel like it's a legitimate throwaway. Let's see. Let's do a recap video 5 years again from now.
There we
Okay.
go.
Let's see if I have a No Malone banner behind me next time.
Yeah, there
Um,
we go. That's the
but it
trade up.
yeah, it was a cool experience. I think there's a bit of a recession up here in Canada. There was a lot of complaints by neighboring booths and tables just being like, "We're not making anything," but Armored was flying off the table. Like I wasn't planning on driving home, but I had to drive home to Toronto and restock on my Jay Lee covers because I didn't bring enough of them. So, there is interest. A lot of people, I had some people buy issue 1 and then say I want issue 2 now, or they saw it at their comic shop and walked by and are like, "Well, I might as well grab it." So it was cool. The word is getting out. It's spreading. It's a very slow process, I think, for an indie book to kind of get the word of mouth out. And I don't have a huge following, so it's really hard to convince people, "Try this indie book. Try it. David Mack is doing a cover."
Well, I wonder if you're on the cusp though of a new wave, because you know how like for a while we had the pirates thing, right? And pirates were a big deal, and now that has faded. Are you gonna bring people back to like the knights in armor? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that the kind of the medieval times, sword and sorcery excitement? Is that gonna be, armored is pushing that wave forward? Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. I do know that any kid, so there was a few like 10-year-olds, let's say, that asked their parents to buy it. I had the parents coming back because the kid wanted issue 2. So I'm getting that a lot. And then I even had one kid be like, "I want issue 3," and the mom had to then figure out how to sign up to Kickstarter. So it is interesting, the mix of people. Like I even had one guy who was really on the fence about it, wasn't really sure. Then his girlfriend convinced him on the Sunday after I met him on the Friday, and he pretty much seemed like he didn't want it. His girlfriend convinced him on the Sunday. This is something I would read. And so she convinced him to buy it. I just got a message from him, and he was like, "I loved it. I cannot wait for issue 3." So it's just getting over that hurdle of convincing people, try it. I'm sure a lot of people have been burned by books. We get burned by Marvel books every day. So, and it's expensive. Like at a con, it's a $10 book. Like I have to make back my booth expenses, right? So
Yeah, but I mean, it's nice that people like that they care enough, like
yes,
they're excited enough to then reach out after the fact to be like, dude, I love this.
yes.
I want to read more. And that was how I felt when you shared, before it was even printed, I got to read. I'm just like, I need more, I need more. So I think that is the secret of this book is yeah, once people get it in their hands, once people have read it, they're just like, okay, keep it coming, Mike. Keep it coming. I have a
Yeah, it is.
question. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. It is a bit of a secret. Like I feel like it's like unknown. Like it's not spreading like wildfire. It's a very slow reaction people are having to it. It's like, I really like this, but it's not like it hasn't hit yet. So I'm wondering if and when maybe it'll be a trade paperback thing. I don't know.
yeah, well, the thing is, I'm wondering collectability wise, because you're
Yeah.
saying you're selling mostly Jay Lee covers. It's a very impressive.
No,
Oh,
let me, sorry, let me correct you. The most I sold was Matt Tarian covers. That's the portrait covers,
oh yeah, okay.
because his table was next to me. So there was a lot of people being like, "I will Matt sign it? Will you both sign it?" And it's like, yeah, I'm not going to charge you because everyone charges for an autograph. But of course, I'll sign anything for free, you know? I'll sign a No Malone
Do
Blu-ray if you
you
can
think
find it.
then that the newsstand copy, so to speak, the standard cover
Ooh,
is going to
yeah.
become the collectible? Because with all that you're doing in these early days that you're getting out there, it's kind of the variant covers. And that
Well,
original one maybe is, I wonder how much that's
no, the direct edition that has the barcode has completely sold out at Diamond. Like
okay.
the shops that want to reorder cannot reorder it anymore. There are a few there's a few left at Lunar, but a lot of shops don't buy from Lunar.
But that's what I
So
mean. If they're sold out, doesn't that make them more rare?
no, there's more because
That's what was
don't
originally printed in the
don't
print
forget,
store.
we had a ton of orders at shops. There was only 298, maybe 290, 298 backers of Armored on Kickstarter. So that's a really low print run on all the Kickstarter issues. It's very low. And then I bought a few hundred of issue one and then a few hundred of issue two.
Okay.
But then that's it. We're not talking a high print run of the Kickstarter stuff. So I
Yeah.
don't know. It depends what people want. But
It'll just be fun to look at eBay in like 2 or 3 years. It's like, oh, did you get this variant? Oh, then
oh,
see the
let's
prices
hope.
jumping up and down.
It could just be a dollar bin book, Adam.
Oh, come on, Mike.
It'll be
Everybody's loving it.
two people like you and me being like, look what I found in the dollar bin. It's a
We'll
great
see.
read.
We'll see. But no, I predict big things for Armored. But I'm excited that you got to go to your first real show. Have one of the cover artists next to you, like you guys working
Yeah.
together in tandem.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do the Niagara Falls Horror Convention. It's called Frightmare in the Falls. He's already getting a booth there, so he says he's just gonna give me part of his table because it's a bigger table, and he's like, you just take part of your table and you can sell my covers. So anyone that missed out then. And then the other cool thing I forgot to mention is I got to meet Greg Capullo, who, I've been a fan of because I only collected Spawn for a few years. And I just told him what a fan I was, and I gave him a copy of the Jay Lee cover. So that was really nice. And I met Ken Lashley. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He does a lot of like stuff on Venom. He's doing the Edge of the Venomverse stuff, I think. Yeah, he was super, super just warm and just so just wanting to give me advice and stuff. Like I'm going to San Diego Comic-Con. I've mentioned that to you, and I was telling him, and he was giving me tips on it, on what to look out for. And I also gave him a copy of Armored as well. So, just trying to get it out there to as many people as possible.
Excellent. And so, speaking of which, we're going to tease this for you guys. Will have to
Oh,
check it out in another video. But as part of getting the word out about Armored, we did plan a giveaway. We were spreading the word, and that was the way you could enter, was you had to spread the word. And so we wanted to give you all a heads up to keep an eye out for that video. Stay subscribed here to Wizards, the podcast guide to comics. We are going to be picking a winner later this week so that you can find out who is going to walk home with some awesome issues of Armored variant covers. We have 3 different prize packs, so keep an eye out for that. But again, thank you everybody for checking out this video. We'll be back with more hauls for sure. We're always on the hunt. But until next time, keep your books bagged and boarded.